Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to Castlevania, Lord of Shadow. Let's continue the quest. Now what will be interesting is if this next section is really short.
The
like
stench of the
5
bog
minutes
fades
short.
into memory, and a land of great beauty lies before him. A paradise where nature lives in harmony with all living creatures. Indeed, a refuge for those who wish it. He is close now. Close to the old gods and the old ways, long forgotten by men. This kingdom was once revered by all, yet now only a small part remains. Soon even this will disappear. The amulet senses its master. Its journey is almost over. He will need all his strength now, all his wits. If he is to succeed here, if he is to convince the old god to help him.
So, I'm not exactly sure what he's doing here. It seems like he's bringing an amulet to an old god to maybe bring back his fallen love. The reason why it would be ironic if this level is really short is because I ended last recording assuming it wasn't. It will be kind of a disappointment if the entire game is short, but I wouldn't be super surprised by it. I have yet to see anything. The magical amulet glows with an arcane purpose. What is... arcane magic, what is its purpose? So we're going to get magic attacks, I assume? Magical rune is revealed by the amulet. Perhaps you can light them all. That's not one of them, I guess? I mean, this seems rather simplistic for the company that made it. If this was some independent company that made this game, that is really weird. I would have sworn you could have grabbed that and climbed up that vine. If this wasn't Konami in its heyday making this game, I would have said, yeah, this is a fine, independent, small game. I would say this is probably using Unity or Unreal assets that they didn't make by themselves. Although, since I know this is Konami, they probably did make it all by themselves in that case. Let's see if we get another life expansion. You found the scroll. We're not going to read the scrolls. We're wandering around looking for collectibles. The camera is very weird. The way it zooms in and zooms out. Very much what I would assume is a mid-tier game right here. And yet this was probably at least thought of as a AAA game at some point. If not maybe a AA, maybe an A. I'm also noticing so far the DMC, the Devil May Cry, is a lot more difficult about just how much butt mashing is necessary to be the boss. Even on the easiest of levels, the switching back and forth between different attacks and mashing buttons almost constantly for long amounts of time don't feel like they're the same thing. You cannot reach the Brotherhood or come back later once your skills have improved, darn it. So this may be the beginning of where the game forces you to replay it over and over again. There might be a storyline reason for that too, though. There might be some kind of time mechanic or some such that has him reliving this experience over and over again. Seems rather strange to just wander around this thing. So we're now in this ferry, and we can change runes. Which rune do I not have yet? I guess I don't have this one, so I'm confused. what I'm supposed to do here. It looks like it's a puzzle or some sort. Actually, this kind of looks like an NVIDIA tech demo because they always have fairies running around in those things, or at least they did for a long time, and they've kind of stopped doing that. Alright. Now do I just... I guess there was some puzzle solving in that I was supposed to figure out based on the runes I had. Did I miss one, or was 4 the maximum you could find? That's weird, and it's a far step away from the werewolves and trolls we've been fighting so far. There were no fairies in Devil May Cry or Dante's Inferno, I'll tell you that much. At least not that I recall. Maybe there were. There might have been one in DMC. I don't think so. Are we going to a boss fight? Big open room. Looks like a boss fight to me. I have no idea what the story means to the Castlevania series, though. I think this was supposed to be kind of its own side story for a new generation of players.
Show yourself. The Brotherhood needs your help.
Thus the new playstyle.
I need your help.
I know who you are, Gabriel. I am the guardian of the Lake of Oblivion, where the living can communicate with the dead. Tell me, warrior, are you aware of what is happening in the world?
No.
We have been deserted by God. Creatures from the void come to claim the souls of men, to wipe mankind from the face of the earth.
And what of the elders of your order? What do they think?
That God has not abandoned us. They believe that a powerful spell has been unleashed by someone or something. A spell that has isolated our world from the heavens, cutting us off from God, and allowing evil to flourish unchecked.
Why have the Brotherhood of Light sent you to the Lake of Oblivion?
They have dreamt that a message waits for me at this lake. A message that holds a clue to our salvation.
Is that the truth?
I was instructed to seek you out, in the hope that you may show me the path.
The elders believe that these dreams are the last message from the heavens, and that you should know something that we are unaware of. Is that it?
Yes. My wife, Marie, was murdered not 2 days ago by the evil that roams these lands. Her soul and those of the recently departed are trapped here, and cannot find peace.
And that is why they sent you to the Lake of Oblivion, because they believe that she is waiting for you here to deliver a message to you.
Yes. Will you help me?
Only the most deserving of the living are worthy of speaking to the dead. Are you worthy, Gabriel?
This might be a trial or a hallucination cutscene. Select the ring, turn the ring clockwise. You found the scroll, read it in your travel book. So... interesting puzzle. Uh-oh. Every turn I make makes it worse. I hope this is right. Let's see. Puzzle solved for 200. That would have been rather gruesome. She was just laying there, not tied down or anything? Really? What's going on? Why did he stab her? Apparently I'm not worthy.
What does this mean? Tell me.
Only that you have passed the test. You appear worthy of entering the Lake of Oblivion.
I wonder if he saw that hallucination.
Make sure you have your daggers with you. One never knows when need may arise.
See, that seems like too close a reference. There. I wonder if this is a bad guy. Manipulating him. And they're not going to show us anything. So, irony of ironies, it really was only 12 minutes to work through this. That level. Pan's Temple. I guess they couldn't get too close to calling it Pan's Labyrinth, could they? Do I have enough gold to buy anything? Let's do a flying kick. We're buying all these skills and we may never even use them. But might as well. Spend the money while you've got it. I missed a magic gem to increase my life, but I'm okay with that. What I won't be okay with is if this turns out to be like the end of the game. That would make no sense.
The test has shaken him. I see the doubt in his eyes as he heads towards the lake. So Pan is helping him now. That's good. Perhaps it bodes well. I wonder if he knows what awaits him here, in this place where the dead can contact the living. It is cold now. A chill wind blows through his heart. I can see it, feel it. He will need help if he is to succeed. He must not fail. He will not fail. Not now. Not yet. Not if I have anything to do with it.
So, we still don't know who this guy is that Sir Patrick Stewart is reading as. But these levels, they're really straightforward, even more than DMC. Often, twice now, they've been very narrow passageways, and even when they aren't extremely narrow passageways, they're usually very narrow and straightforward paths. When we're walking through the snow, it seems like there should have been a ton of story and gameplay before we reached a different area. We were in the forest before, a bright summer forest, and now we're in snow. Here's another dead guy. Fill the medallion. And that gives us a pretty good chunk of extra life. You filled the life gem medallion, upgrading your health. Alright, good. I thought for a second it was going to be like the swamps all over again, but now it looks like a boss fight. That'd make more sense. Maybe the Castlevania castle cast a spell that caused all this. And that's going to be the only relation to the story. Well, if that's the case, then that's going to be kind of cheap. If we don't get to see the castle ever, that would be a shame. Ooh, this looks like a titan. Some kind of golem or something. I was wondering if we would ever get to any big boss fights. Everything we've fought up to this point has been really small. This is like Shadow of the Colossus almost. Not quite that big. Unlocked a new bestiary. So the one thing that there was a problem before. Oh, this guy is doing everything to me. I'm gonna have to learn to dodge a lot better here. Is my attacks absolutely would hit anybody in the screen before, and now that the scale has changed so much, I'm not seeing any of that. It doesn't seem like I'm hitting him. The Titan, his arm is stuck in the ice, find a way to climb it. Alright, there we go. Is that a climbing point? Hold the right trigger for gripping ability. Well, I'm holding right trigger. Search and destroy the runes that animate the Titan. So, where are we going? Oh no. This isn't going to work well. So this is just Shadow of the Colossus stuff. It pretty much negates everything we've learned up to this point. Well, this is weird. I'm gonna have to hit the pause button. My power in my house just went off, which means everything else has gone haywire. So, time to get back into the game. My battery backup, however, does save the computer from any problems there. It's just the TV takes too much power for it to be viable. And there we go. I can once again see. It actually makes it even worse than it would in a normal place because I have weird LED light bulbs that when they lose power flicker different colors. So when they come back from a power outage, which happens pretty commonly about once a month for a second or two in my area, it they come back and they're just flickering all different colors. The lights. It's right trigger the climb the Titan, and then come on. But back to the game and commentary of the game, it's like it's mostly throwing away the fighting mechanic here in favor of just this different system. I have to get up here. It makes a slight amount of sound when he's about to turn. And there's the gym right there. Press X to repeatedly destroy this. Hold on. Does he feel it when I break these things? Trying desperately. Right, now grab on to this. And grab onto this. And then see, if I fall here, which I kind of feel like I eventually am going to, I just feel like I'm just gonna have to start all over again. On easy mode, it's taking a little too much effort here. And, like, he just knocked me off. I don't think I did. There, he just knocked me down. And I'm not seeing grip points. And now I'm just all in the snow fog that's around his body because they didn't want to animate his legs actually connecting to the ice. So, do I have to now, like, so it's a slightly different animation to get up here, but it's still not really working. This feels clunky, and it certainly hasn't been what we've been doing for the past hour of gameplay. This should have been the beginning of the game if this is what you wanted me to learn to do. And you should have trained me towards this. And I guess I have to dodge without a prompt after that. I'm about to die. There's no ability or skill that to refill health. This almost feels like I'm supposed to lose, but I bet I'm not. And if I dodge and get away from these guys, then I'm in a bad position. Take this, and then how many of these things are there? Did I smash this? Come on. Can I not die? Let's see, world map. We're just in chapter 1. Alright, good. So we may only actually even be 36% done with chapter 1, but the percentage number might mean something completely different than what I think it means. To destroy the runes that power the Titan Yeah, I know what to do. Configuration, no. So we start from the last checkpoint. Gotta do it. As it's loading, I'll switch my camera, my light bulbs back into white mode so they make white light instead of flickering. So you start off this battle like this for no reason. Then you get close to him and you've got to somewhat dodge him but also stay somewhat close to him until you can get close enough to grip point, grapple, which there's not enough time here, and holding on is a pain. There was a small second there where he was really booking when you would move left and right. He was really, really moving. And now he's kind of incredibly slow climbing this compared to as much as this guy's trying to shake me off. And I don't even think he's actually trying to shake me off. I think he's just trying to get his hand out of the ice. I mean, it's just too many times here of this. And it should just be like one hit. Like one hit should be good enough to break this. On easy, there's no reason to have to sit here and do this over and over again. Dodge, grapple, grapple again, and what took me about 10 minutes is now taking me only a couple of minutes the second time. But this guy is just shaking like crazy. And that intentionally knocks you down. So there's definitely a scripted event there. So you have to do this much. You have to do this much. You have to do this much. There's no other way to go. Hold on. There we go. So maybe that's the trick, that you're actually supposed to dodge this thing while destroying this thing. If there was only 2 or 3 of these, I'd be alright with this. But seems like a lot more than that. Here we go. Grapple his face, and then there's another one on his back. Maybe there's only 3. That would be nice. Come on, smash. Grip. Smash. Smash. And it gets me again. I tried to dodge. I really, really tried. Maybe I wasn't holding the left trigger when I was trying to dodge there, though. Yeah, I didn't. I hit the right trigger. And these controls are confusing me a little bit. I would have much preferred like, come on, let me up. I would have much preferred B to dodge. So it's this, and then that. And then I have no idea what this is up to this point. Oh, you have to hurt him again. he's not shaking work away this way. Come on, hold on. Smash. And it threw me off, and it just throws you off like a ragdoll. And there's one more on his head. At the top of his head, it seems like. So I have to do this. And then I have to do that. See, this would look really cool if you did it perfectly. And you hold on, but if you don't do it perfectly and you don't hold on, then you're just flopping around like a stuffed scarecrow. I don't know where that reference came from, but I was trying to avoid saying ragdoll again, being repetitive. So as soon as you get here, I want you to hold on tight, and then still hold on tight. And still hold on tight. This is like some magical world, too. I don't even know why this creature would exist in this place. Come on. Quit trying to shake me off. And then what am I doing now? Where am I even supposed to go? He's shaking his head violently. Am I supposed to go down this way to the ear? Yeah, I guess I am. And remember, I'm probably going to have to hit dodge at some point here, too. Oh, really? Come on! I'm at half my health. How can I ask the game to make it any easier on me? Can I not just run up this guy's arm and then work my way back? This guy's just moving way too violently for this mechanic. How is this? How would you not test this game and say this is too much? Let's see. Flicker. It's like it's just too much shaking back and forth. Too much potential to fall off. And no reset points at all. Unlike DMC, where it felt like a good player would enjoy and perfect something like this, it feels like only the most obsessive players would bother to even get good at something like this. Right. There we go. No, hold on. It's bad enough for him trying to shake me off. On top of this, the hand grabbing me. And then just the abrupt cutscene. Ridiculous. Not welcome. Would have much preferred an in-game cutscene. Now watch how smoothly he moves.
Give me your dagger, quickly!
Who's this guy? It's Patrick Stewart. I've yet to call him Jean-Luc Picard, but I guess I just did. Kind of like looks like Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher series, with less scars.
Marie! Forgive me. I was not there to save you.
There is nothing to forgive, my love. I am so happy to look upon your face again.
And I yours. My love, the elders of the Order hope that you can help us to understand what is happening. The world has been isolated from the heavens. Some believe that God has abandoned us. Can it be true?
I feel that the spirits are trying to talk to me. They whisper things to me. It is hard to understand them all. It is so dark. So many people crying. I cannot find them in the blackness. I'm scared. There is something else. A shadow is on my mind. You must help us, Gabriel.
What are they telling you? Who are they?
They are the spirits who founded your order, and that the power of the Lords of Shadow is the key. They talk of a prophecy. I don't understand what they mean. I can feel myself fading. I can hardly see you. Darkness is closing around me.
Marie.
I love you, Gabriel.
Don't go, Marie! I love you too.
Seems like there might be a conspiracy afoot.
Why are you here? Who sent you?
I am Zobek, a warrior of your Brotherhood. Pan and I are old acquaintances. He felt you would be in need of my assistance.
I have heard of you. I am sorry. My name is Belmont.
I know who you are.
Belmont, I know
Is
that
that
name.
the spirit of someone you know?
Yes. It was my wife.
Forgive me. I couldn't help but overhear what she told you. It sounds like the spirits who founded our order are trying to tell us something very important through her.
What do you mean?
Only that the founders of the Order seem to be using the dead to communicate with us. The prophecy has been secret for many centuries. It is known only to a select few. There is no way she could have known of it unless they managed to tell her somehow. Praise be to God.
What prophecy?
It is written that a pure-hearted warrior will claim the power of the Lords of Shadow as his own, and use it in order to overcome all evil. It is said this warrior will become God's vassal on Earth, supremely powerful. He could do anything. The founding spirits have not abandoned us, Gabriel. Thanks to your Marie, we now know there is some hope. We have to enter the lands of the Dark Lords, you and I. We must reclaim the powers they hold and unite the heavens with this world once more. And don't you see, Gabriel? You can bring her back.
If what you say is true, then we need to work quickly and in secret. The Lords of Shadow must not suspect we're on their trail, and they will turn all of their attention towards us. We should take different routes, you and I. I will head for the land of the Lycans. You leave for the territory of the vampires and prepare the way. Then we must go on to the Lord of the Necromancers together. His realm lies furthest. Our enemy must suspect nothing.
Take this. It will allow you to absorb spiritual energy and will help cure your wounds. Good luck, my friend. May we be granted victory.
Thank you, brother. You have given me renewed hope.
This seems fishy. But who's manipulating him? Is it the Lords of Shadow? Is it the founders of the Order? Or is it this guy we just met? So his name is Belmont. Belmont is the guy who fought Dracula, or whoever, Alucard, or whoever, in Castlevania, but that doesn't mean it's the same Belmont, last names being continuous in most societies. Alright, we've got some new things to purchase, so I don't think I'd upgrade the guillotine. It's almost kind of pointless to even upgrade anything if they're going to give me boss fights like that that have no connection at all to the fighting abilities I have. Even with all of these abilities here, nothing would have changed in that last battle. So I'm now down to 90 and I have almost, I'd say, 4,600 other things to unlock, which I imagine you only get more experience by playing the levels over and over again. And let's move forward. Now, this may change main characters, and Chapter 2 may be a completely different person. So, if that was Chapter 1, then we now know each dot is its own separate chapter, which means there's quite a lot more to this game than it may have looked like for a second there. For a brief second, it seemed like the game was going to be over after 5 missions, and I was like, oh, there's got to be some more here.
We part ways, he and I. My instincts tell me he is filled with hope, a hope that will drive him ever onwards. Good. Perhaps he is the one, a warrior of pure heart who can deliver us from all evil. Perhaps. I wonder what went through his mind when he saw her there, his beloved. Did he see his dreams, or did he see his future blown away like leaves on the wind? I spy him as he heads out towards the reaches of Pan's influence. A forest lies to the east that leads to the land of the Lycans. The ruin of an ancient civilization is there, forgotten and decaying. Once a proud testament to man's ingenuity and vision, it has now been conquered by nature, as she claims all things for her own.
Now, the problem with Patrick Stewart's character turning into the bad guy is it kind of has to happen at the very last second, otherwise we lose all these intros. We have unlocked the main character entry. Let's look at these characters. Zobek is one of the longest serving warriors. Is Zobek the character that Patrick Stewart is playing as? Maybe. He certainly looks different in that than he did when I saw him. We've got a new entry on goblins and naiads and swamp trolls and ice. I imagine in the lower right corner those are indicators of how difficult those things are to defeat and what abilities or things would be useful to use against them. You know what's kind of funny is this kind of feels like Brothers A Tale of Two Sons too. That was definitely a different control scheme, but the way things look and feel don't feel that different. Oops. Screwed that up somehow. Apparently I was supposed to switch over to that. Alright. Am I supposed to drop down? Just hit A? I guess. I do need to be a little careful, I guess, against taking damage. Although I don't think I take fall damage, I also don't want to completely, like, be in a bad position when I do eventually have to fight somebody. Aha! Always check for secret passages under the waterfall. This device requires shadow magic to activate it. Come back when your skill has improved. Maybe that's the first trial. And I guess I'm supposed to go this way. This even kind of feels like Hand of Fate in the sense that it's all the same generic like fantasy world with not a lot of fights or anything going on in them. I'm able to absorb them thanks to light magic medallion. So collect the neutral energy things. Press and hold the left stick to absorb them. You've converted neutral into light magic. Press the left bump to switch to your light magic power. Attacking enemies with light magic switch on will replenish your health. However, the light magic material will deplete. Use your power wisely. Enemies will not drop neutral element orbs when you have magic on. You will only get neutral element orbs when you're killing things. You can switch that off by pressing light bump again, left bump again. So, thanks for telling me all of that and then popping out a book. This neutral element energy statue is used to restore your magic levels. So, starting now, it's all about having magic. Press and hold the left stick button to restore natural energy and recharge your life. And it looks like there is a limited amount right now that I can take, and this is infinite. Let's see. If we have 110 items, are there any more things I can buy as far as this? No. Holy Cross is 6,000. I'm gonna have to do quite a lot of extra XP grinding if they don't start handing me a decent amount of experience if I want to unlock everything. Otherwise I'm gonna have to get picky about what I want to unlock, and I'm not sure what I even would want. There's no way to test out the abilities or anything. That's always a nice feature when they do something where you unlock moves, is to have like a tutorial area where you can test out the ability and see how it feels to you. So if there are certain creatures that have neutral magic orbs, there's probably characters that are going to have dark and light magic orbs also. Let's see, if I find somebody to fight, I could throw some daggers at them. But then they attack. There's another thing. Graveyard. I didn't really need to break that tombstone. And we're at some Sphinx heads. This looks like a way. Doesn't look like I can get over there. Seems like it would be rather easy to go in that direction. But it's stopping me. So the path again splits. And we're left with choices. That almost makes a decent argument to play the levels twice. At least in comparison to like DMC, where there was really only one way to go. You would learn something and experience something different the second time. Of course, then there would have to be a third time or a fourth time in which you actually played for perfection. Let's see. Can't carry. What is this thing? What is this bag? I'm trying to hold right trigger next to it and it doesn't work. Have I gone the wrong direction? There's a grip point up there. Oops. Not exactly smooth moving. And here we're doing a little bit of Assassin's Creed again, which, and this game seems like it wants to be 5 different things and didn't focus on doing any of them. And that's no way to make a game. It's distracted driving video game programming, basically. Just being unfocused. Found another scroll. And this looks like another place to swing through here. So I hope I'm not just racing through the game, but I may very well. Focus scroll. Combat focus is an ancient technique from the Brotherhood of Light. Once fully focused, the capable warrior can extract neutral elemental orbs from his enemies. After each successful hit, usage combat focus meter will be filled when you fight. Use the varied attacks to avoid being hit. Lack of combos will slowly decrease the meter, and lack of combat, not combos, and magic will pause it. Interesting. Focus power is shown at the bottom of the screen during combat. Light all of the runes by hitting the enemies and avoiding damage. That's it. Now maintain your focus, and enemies will drop natural elemental orbs after each successful hit, allowing you to maintain your magic supplies during combat until you lose focus. Switching on magic interrupts focus. So it's not a system that complements the magic. It's instead of triggering the magic. How about this? just a whole bunch of... Should find a way to blow up the barrier. And say I can suck in all this if I want. I'm trying to grab people to throw up the bombs, because I know that's what I'm supposed to do, is grab these bombs from the people, but they're not dropping them very close to me, so by the time I grab another person, they're already gone, and my grip ability is now making it really easy to grab people. There we go. So we'll come over here and, in magic mode, try to kill people to regain health. And then start sucking all that stuff back up. We may go a little long here. So I imagine after we do this area, whether it's a chapter or what, we'll play as the other character, maybe? Seems like I need a lot of magic. So I need to be careful about that. Because I think you do play as other characters. Unless I'm totally wrong about that. Still learning here. Trying to figure out what this game is and what it wants to do. I'm finding a lot of scrolls for no good reason. Doesn't look like I can climb up there. That may have been a different path to jump down. Merge back into a single path. Back to climbing. Too much climbing, I think. If I'm gonna be honest. That's just not what I expected from this game, even though I expected nothing. It's... Oh, that is the way. Interesting. I was expecting a lot more monster fighting and stuff. Wow. That was an interesting way to end the level. Definitely interesting is about the only thing I can say there. We missed so much stuff there. I can't help but feel like we missed tons of stuff. We missed a weapon. We missed a magic gem that would have increased our magic. We're playing on easy. We have 400 and something amount of experience, which I don't believe gives me enough to buy anything. I can't buy anything until I have another 800. Yeah. So, the story's going alright, but we definitely had some hiccups here. We had a little bit of a power outage, which this may be the very first time I've ever actually had to record and pause and mention a power outage while I was playing. Maybe the power's gone out once before in over 3,000 recordings of mine. We've had that incredibly weird and just out of place Titan fight that did not use any of our skills. Seems like it might have even been a boss fight that they hired another company to do. That was true in a game called Deus Ex Human Revolution. When it first came out, the boss fights were hired out to a completely different company and they felt so out of place. Same thing here. It feels so out of place. It feels like Clash of the Titan and or Shadow of the Colossus. And it's just not what I was expecting from this game. I'm expecting whipping the chain around and fighting a huge amount of enemies, Maybe it's because I'm playing on the easiest difficulty. They're not giving me enough enemies to satisfy me. I very well may have hurt myself by playing this on too easy. So at some point, I very well might be better off turning it up the difficulty. Just to have a decent amount of people to hit with the chain cross thing. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.